Welcome everybody to a look at a brand new 4K release from StudioCanal, and it is 1978's The Driver. So yeah, it comes in this really rather fantastic steelbook. You don't have to get the steelbook, but I think because of how great it looks with its colours and all that, it's well worth getting, quite frankly. But yeah, the 4K itself looks superb. But yeah, the film itself was directed by Walter Hill, who also did the really rather good The Warriors, 48 Hours, Southern Comfort, Extreme Prejudice, Trespass, and Geronimo, an American Legend, among others. This is a neo-noir crime thriller. Clocks in at 91 minutes long, stars Ryan O'Neal, who was also in A Bridge Too Far, amongst other films, but that's the only other one I've seen from him, as well as Bruce Dern, who's been in the likes of Black Sunday, The Burbs, Silent Running, and I've seen in total 21 other films from him, not including this. And it also stars Isabel Adjani, who was also in Nosferatu the Vampire, the Werner Herzog film, as well as Ishtar. And yeah, this is about the driver who specialises in driving getaway cars for robberies. His exceptional talent has prevented him from being caught yet. After another successful flight from the police, a self-assured detective makes it his primary goal to catch the driver. He promises pardons to a gang if they help to convict him in a set-up robbery. The driver seeks help from the player to mislead the detective. So, yeah, the driver is played by Ryan O'Neal, the detective is played by Bruce Dern, and the player is played by Isabel Adjani. And yeah, that's all their names. You don't have actual names, that's just what they are referenced to. There's even another character called The Connection. And everyone else has got like nicknames like Teeth and stuff like that. So it's not a film that has much in the way of plot. Certainly not much in the way in terms of characterization either. But that stripped back approach does really work in its favour, as it lets everything else come to the forefront. And yeah, they include the fact that the car chases and the stunts are all excellent. The beginning car chase in particular is superb. There are plenty of effective tense scenes, with the realism playing a part in that, as yeah, people don't get massively wounded and somehow survive. A shot is a shot, and that has the impact that you'd expect it to. Both Ryan O'Neal and Bruce Dern are great, and they rely on their wits more than their brawn. There's no, hand-to-hand combat or anything like that. In fact, I think there's only one scene where a gun is actually let off in terms of in aggression. So yeah, it's not really a fist or gun play action kind of film. It's more about the car chases and more about the wills between the detective and the driver. The score is rather good. The script, like I said, is stripped down, but the plot is no less engrossing despite that. It is effortlessly cool with its lighting and its cinematography contributing to such an aesthetic. It's got a real European kind of look to it in some ways. You can think of the Jean-Pierre Melville films like Le Samurai. It has that kind of cool aesthetic to it that I really, really appreciate. And it's like unlike any other kind of American film from the time, because a lot of films from the 70s were really rather quite gritty, dark, and all that lot. Even though this has its violent and dark moments, it's definitely a film that has a lot of a style to it, which yeah is really rather well appreciated, especially in comparison to, like I said, other films from the time. And there is no doubt this is a film that was highly influential with the likes of Quentin Tarantino, Nicholas Winding Refn, and Edgar Wright, all citing this as a major influence. You can certainly see this influence on the likes of Drive, or on Baby Driver, and in some respects to Death Proof as well, all of which have been directed by at least one of those directors. So yeah, an amazing film, easily my favourite film from Walter Hill. Not that I've hated films from him before, the likes of Extreme Prejudice and Southern Comfort are really, really rather fantastic, and 48 Hours and The Warriors are also great films as well. But yeah, this is definitely my favourite from him. So yeah, you get the printed discs, which have some of more of the cool colours that you get on the Steelbook itself. And yeah, you get a couple of brand new extras with this release. You get a new extra called Masterclass, which is with Walter Hill. So no doubt about him talking about his film, or maybe even his filmography. I've not actually seen it yet. And you also get a brand new interview with Walter Hill. There's also an alternate opening sequence, which I haven't seen before, and the trailer and teasers. So yeah, fantastic release. And yeah, the 4K itself looks excellent. Really does give you more colour to the film as a whole, while improving the lighting and the cinematography as a general. And yeah, not only do you get a better picture, but you get better sound as well. So all of the car crashes and the squealing tires and engines are all sounding tip top. And yeah, this is not just an influential film in terms of film, but also gaming as well. As there was not only is the game Driver based on this in some part, but also there's a car crash noise in this that is used in that game as well whenever you impact a wall or anything. So yeah, really, really great film. Another fantastic 4K release from StudioCanal, who keep hitting out of the park with the. We've had from them Total Recall, Basic Instinct, Don't Look Now, and yeah, this is another fantastic release from them. So yeah, highly recommend seeing this film if you haven't before. But if you have, then this is the best version of this that you're going to get out of there. So yeah, and if you love it as much as I do, it's an essential buy, even if you just get the standard 4K, not the Steelbook. Nonetheless, though, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.